Hi, I'm Linda from Barlates Body Blitz, and this is my fur baby Minnie. She's being a bit restless at the moment, so I'm not sure how disruptive she's going to be in this workout. Today we're doing Lazy Days mat. For today's workout, all you will need is an exercise mat. It's going to be an easier workout for those days when you don't really feel like working out, but you know you should, and you just want to get your blood pumping and get a little bit of a burn on without too much agony, right? So you don't want too much torture. So this is the perfect workout for you. If you do want to intensify a bit, you can add some ankle weights, maybe some light hand weights, maybe a resistance loop just above the knees, but I'm going to be demonstrating with that. We're going to get straight into it. I want to start with some nice opening motions for the shoulders and the arms. So just sit with your legs cross-legged, shoulders are down and back, and all we're going to do is open and tap to the back. So it's a big circle, and then tap your fingertips down towards the back. So it's opening up through the chest, feeling everything lengthening, tapping to the back there, squeezing the shoulder blades together. I want you to think about a tall posture here. Just keep your tummy pulled in. Your back is really nice and flat, so no curving in there, no arching. Around and back. Just 4 more like this, and 3, and 2, and last 1. Now I want you to bring your fingertips to your shoulders and just start rotating forward. So I really want you to start moving your entire body with this, or your entire upper body, just side to side, so you feel your waistline engaging as well. And you're just pushing that shoulder forward. Make sure you're never hunching your shoulder up to your ears. You want to keep a nice long neck, around and around. This should just feel really good, dynamic stretching. A few more like this. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we're just going to open that up to the back. And you're still moving through it. Maybe trying to get your shoulder all the way to that 45-degree angle. Rowing that elbow to the back. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Now we're going to reach across, and then over and over. So it's to the diagonal, across, and then shoot it directly to the side. Across and over. Waking everything up, starting to feel the heart rate come up the tiny little bit, and over, across, and over. Just 2 more like this, and over, last time, and over. Nice job. We're going to come into a side position where our arm is going to be underneath our shoulder, and we've got both our knees stacked and our hips stacked, and all we're going to do is sweep the arm and then just come up. So it's across and then over, and as you come over, just pick up those hips, and you're pushing that top hip up towards the ceiling. Nothing crazy, just starting to open up through the entire side body and over. All the way up. Just 4 more. And 3. Make sure you've got nice alignment in that shoulder above that wrist. And this is the last 1. And while we're here, we're going to bring our knee up and then extend our leg. So we're staying up in this nice side position. You're allowing your elbow to bend as you reach over, so you can get a little bit more of a reach there. And you're extending that leg, trying to keep the kneecap to the front, feeling a nice crunch in the waist. 4 more here. 3, 2, last 1, and we're going to switch that to the other side. So coming to that same seated position, your elbow is underneath that shoulder, your tummy's in, your hips are stacked, and your legs are towards the front. We're going to reach and then up and reach. So it's forward on an angle and then overhead. And then pick up those hips, just bringing those hips up and curving the bottom oblique there. Forward and up, forward and up. A few more of these. just 3. Make those motions nice and big. 2, last 1, and up. Nice job. So then we're going to bring that in and reach. And remember, you're bending this bottom stabilizing arm as you reach over, and that will give you more range of motion. In and reach, and maybe even a bit of tricep work. If you press into the palm of that hand, especially as you come down, and then push away, use your tricep. 5 and 4, 3 and 2 and 1. Nice job. We're going to come back into that cross-legged position, and we're going to do some arm exercises without any weights at all. So I want you to bring your elbows into your sides, and then we're going to reach away. So it's like a twisting action or a rotation through your shoulder joint. Bring it in, reach away, and on the away, your palm is to the back. And you can slightly lean into this. Keep your belly button into your spine, reach away, into the waist and reach. Nice sweeping action, in and reach. Think about fingertips reaching out to the other side of the room, so you've got your arms stretching at the same time as squeezing your muscles. In and out, just 2 more, in and away, in and away. Now just keep it here, and I want fast little out. So I've got my elbow up to the ceiling. I'm contracting, I'm pushing my shoulders down in opposition, and I'm just swinging the bottom portion of my arm, but I'm squeezing the back of my arm for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I've got my hands in front, big circle and in front, big circle and in front. So you're circling and then you're stopping approximately at shoulder height with your palms on top of each other in front. 6 more. 5 more, 4, push your shoulders down in opposition, 2, and 1. And now just want your hands pushing on top of each other. So the bottom hand pushes up, the top hand pushes down to create a bit of resistance, and you're just doing little pulses up and up. Remember which hand is on top, because we're going to switch it up in a second. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to do exactly the same thing, other hand on top. Big circle and stopping in front of your chest, around and stop, around and stop. So if you really keep your arms locked out here and tense every part of that arm, you will feel it even without weights. 4 more, and 3, and 2, last 1. Stop here, push down with your top hand, push up with your bottom hand, and it's a little pulse up and down, up and down, up and down. Come on. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to do swan arms, and we're going to lean to the side. So we're incorporating a bit of a side body stretch with a nice swan arm. So you're coming around and out, bending and extending, bend and extend. It's like you're scooping something up and bringing it towards your chest. Over, over. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now stay leaning and just do little ones, little ones. So it's almost like you're using your elbow to push back, little squeezes in your shoulder blades. 4, 3, 2, 1. And guess what? Exactly the same thing other side. Now if you want to switch which leg is in front so that you have a bit more stability in your seated position, you can do that. So you're reaching and coming back, reaching and coming back. You're curving a bit through the spine and then arching, curve and arch. So on the arch, squeeze your shoulder blades together. 6, 5, 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Now hold it forward, and it's tiny ones, tiny ones. Remember, you're leading this with your elbow. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Okay, we're going to lie it all the way down onto our backs. And we're going to start with our hands up and our legs in a 90-degree angle. And from here, all we're going to do is opposite arm and legs drop and drop. Drop, drop. So make sure here that your belly button is in and you've got no space in between your mat and your back. Just dropping that down with control and then picking that up. Back and back. So palms are facing the ceiling on the down, all the way out. Remember that stretching motion at the same time. 4 more, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now we're going to do same side, and we're going to stay on this. So you've got to stabilize with the portion of your body that's not moving. Same side, and we're going to stay with this. So you have to stabilize now with the side of your body that's not moving. And you do that by really pressing your lower back into the mat and holding your belly button in. Then keep your arm and your leg super strong for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And guess what? Other side. All the way out and in. So working your sides separately like this really helps to show you any imbalances you have in your body. So you might find one side a lot tougher than the other, which means you need to strengthen that side. Maybe do a few more reps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. You can place your hands by your side. I want a diamond shape now with your toes together and your knees open. And we're just going to start tapping down and down, keeping that diamond shape. So remember, tummies are in. There's no gap between that back and the mat. And you're just tapping and tapping. Tapping and tapping. Getting a bit of inner thigh work, some hip flexor work, as well as lower abs. 4 more. And 3. And 2, and last 1. Now toes together again. We're going to push up and come back to that same position. So you're pushing overhead, straightening your legs a little bit, and then coming back down and slightly away from the body. Up and out. Up and out. Up and out. Come on. Just 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. And then from here, legs are together, knees are facing you. We're just going to drop one leg and then the other leg. And I'm just dropping to my point where I can feel that stretch in my inner thighs. It's like a pendulum, side to side. Stretching dynamically, as well as using your entire core to stabilize you and to stop you from kind of tipping over to the side here. 4 more, 3 more, 2, and 1. Now we're just going to do one leg, and I want you to now turn your leg out. So your kneecap is now at 45 degrees rather than facing you, and that way you're going to feel more inner thigh work. 4 more, 3, 2, and 1. And we're doing the other side. Down and up. Remember, you just need to go to your point where you feel your inner thigh engaging, so you don't have to go as low as me. 6, 5, 4, remember to stabilize. 3, 2, last 1. Nice job. We're coming into a side lying position. Now up to you if you want to come all the way down here with me, or if you want to stay up here and engage a bit more of your core. I'm coming all the way down and I'm bringing my feet in line with my hips and my knees at 45 degrees. Keep your tummy in and your hips are stacked on top of each other. All we're going to do is open and close, open and close. So I want you to open your knee up towards the ceiling and then just tap down. My toes are connected here, but you don't need to apply any pressure. It's just a little open and close, open and close. 4 more like this. 3, 2, and 1. Now I want you to lift your feet off the mat and do the same thing, but now you've got a larger range of motion to open and close, right? So maybe get that knee up higher towards the ceiling. Open and close. This is such a great exercise for your outer hips, your glutes. You're going to feel a bit of inner thigh. It's really multitasking. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Now come back down in line. We're just going to shoot the leg out and come back in. So we're keeping that angle, keeping this leg at the bottom here nice and contracted. So you're getting a little bit of extra work there for that bottom leg. And then lengthening the leg up slightly on the diagonal, but we're making sure that your hips are not opening out. They're still to the front. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Now come back down and extend that leg directly on top of the other leg. And all we're doing is raising up and down, up and down, up and down. So keeping that alignment here makes it a lot harder. If this is too tough, just bend your leg like this and don't go as high. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. And last little thing, in line to kick forward and forward, forward and forward. Now if this is too much, come back here and then come in line. So you're doing the opposite. You're going back and in line instead of in line and forward. Forward. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Give that a little bit of a pat. Get some life and some blood flowing in there again. Still a bit of a burn, right? Even though it is an easier workout and much fewer reps than I would usually do. So get your alignment again. Remember, your knees are approximately 45 degrees and you've got your feet together about in line with your hips. Your tummies are in, your hips are stacked. You can put this hand in front and all we're doing is starting with that open up to the ceiling. So the range of motion is quite small, but I want you to think about contracting the entire side of the leg as well as your glute. Up and up, up and up. Come on, you can do it. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Now pick up those feet. Same thing with a larger range of motion. Really thinking about the bottom leg being nice and contracted. Squeeze your glutes and open that knee out as far as you possibly can. Up, up. 6, 5, 4, 3. Tummies are in. 2, and 1. Come back down and we're going to shoot the leg out and back in line. Really trying to get a tight squeeze from the top of your thigh all the way down to your toes and straightening out behind that leg. All the way out. Out and out. Come on. Tummies are still in and don't turn out your hip. 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1. Now bring your legs in line again and extend that top leg and just start raising up and up. Up and tap. This one burns. So if you didn't know already, the closer your leg is to your chest, the harder it is. The further away from your chest, the easier it is. Okay, so if this is your level, then stick with it. Otherwise, in front, for a bigger burn, just 4, 3, 2, and 1. And from here, it's forward and back in line, forward and back in line. Or you've got back and in line, back and in line. Whatever your level is, forward and in line, or back and in line, it doesn't matter as long as you are feeling a burn for 4, 3, 2, last 1. Nice job. We're going to lie down on our tummies and do some back extensions, just some nice simple ones. So make sure that your hips are nice and comfortable here. You're looking in front of you, and all we're going to start doing is raising opposite arms and legs. I've got my elbows bent here, and I'm just bringing up my leg straight, squeezing my glute and pressing my hips down into the mat. I'm still keeping my belly button tight, And I'm really trying to focus on not moving anything except for the arm and the leg. So everything else is really isometrically contracted and static. 4 more, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now we're doing same side. This is the same as what we did on our backs, but now we're on our fronts because we need to work our core from the front and from the back, right? So make sure your neck is in alignment with your spine, looking down towards your mat, up and down, up and down. I'm just tapping down and then coming back up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Same thing, other side. So really think about supporting your core by pressing that arm and that leg, that static arm and leg into the mat. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now if you want to, we're going to just lift both legs, keeping our upper body down for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now anchor your legs and up with the upper body. If this is too much, then keep it smaller range of motion or go back to those one arm, one leg, 1. 4, 3, 2, last 1. Nice job. Come into a child's pose with your legs apart, reaching your arms out, and we're just going to push forward, come all the way down, and push back into a child's pose. Forward, come down, keep your hands by your chest as you come down, and you will get a little bit of work for the chest, right? It's like a pretend push-up. Definitely not as hard as a real push-up, but there is some work there. 3 more. Back. 2 more. Back. And this is the last time. And back. Awesome job. We're going to finish on our backs, working a little bit more glute. So come back down. And what I want you to think about here is drawing your belly button in, tipping your hip bone towards your ribs, tip it. Squeeze your glutes, and that tipping action will really activate the glutes. And from here, all I want you to do is tuck and tuck. So rather than a lift and lift, it's a tuck and tuck. So you are trying to get hips to ribs, hips to ribs. It's like a kind of a tilting action rather than a just straight up and down. Tuck and tuck. And I'm not resting my butt down. I've got a little gap between my butt and the floor the entire time. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now I'm just going to come up and down, holding isometrically with the back leg and tapping up and down with the front leg, keeping that glute squeeze, keeping that tuck for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now coming down and doing the other side. So make sure your hips are really level here. You don't want to start wiggling your hips and tilting and doing all sorts of things. Just really squeeze that glute, keep that tuck, and move the leg for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. And now bring your legs together, your feet together, your ankles together. Squeeze everything in to activate the inner thighs and do that tuck again. Tuck and tuck, tuck and tuck. It's tiny. You're hardly going to see any motion, but if you really contract, you should feel a good burn there. This is how we finish for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. We're going to bring our legs up and we're just going to go side to side. Just rocking through the spine. And now with the last one, stay in front and just hang out here for a while. So you've got a nice spinal rotation. Deep breath in. And then just bring that to the back. Same thing, just make sure your shoulders are anchored. It's okay if your legs are up here, and as long as you feel that twist through the spine and your shoulders are anchored. Now come back to the center, and I just want you to cross your legs over each other and then pull in. And if this is too hard for you, then just hold underneath here. As long as you're feeling the stretch, especially on the leg that's on top, the glute and the outer thigh. I love this stretch. This is my favorite glute stretch at the moment. Now just other leg on top, exactly the same thing. And then just put one leg down and stretch through that hamstring. You can stretch dynamically by just bending and extending behind the knee. Maybe bring it closer. And then other side. Bend and extend. Breathing. And then just rock yourself up. And we're going to bring the soles of our feet together. And then just slightly push down, opening up through our hips and also our inner thighs. And while we're here, interlace your fingers, reach up overhead, lean side to side, then behind and interlace and pull up, opening up through the chest. One more time over and over. One more time to the front. And that is it. Thanks so much for joining me for my Lazy Days mat workout. I hope you still got a good workout and felt a bit of a burn, and I'll see you at the next session.